here, this is what I wanted to show to you. So emperor at the top, and you have shogun and daimyo, but aristocratic families are equally together. So these are military government leaders, and underneath it's a samurai. So that's why Japan is called the samurai culture. It's a military government from the Kamakura period until Edo. And then you have peasants. They are the ones who pay tax. And artisans, like somebody who make the sword, somebody who make the udon noodles or ceramics. These are artisans. And they are most important tax-based ordinary citizens. And then you have merchants. They trade, but merchants are the lowest. But in Edo period, especially the same word as Tokugawa period, they make the most amount of money, and then samurai became impoverished. They lose their money. So wealthy merchants are almost as equal to daimyos, like local lords, and then aristocrats and merchants. So that does not change. So what happens is, so people made a lot of money by trading, but your social class still remain as merchants, and people know, that like, let's say Sato family is 3-generation merchants. So they, even though the one family here, samurai family, is poor, impoverished, they are not married because it's a different social class. So as a compensation, the merchant class will spend a lot of money to show off their wealth. But in Japanese Edo period, especially the Tokugawa period, there was a sumptuary law. So again, you dress based on your status. You cannot just put that, remember that coat of arms, you cannot put the coat of arms unless you are Tokugawa or Satsuma or, any other noble names. But you are merchants and you made a lot of money. And men, like the merchant, the men themselves cannot wear these lavish clothes. But what they can do instead is dress their wives in a very lavish manner. And obviously they are not invited to the imperial palace, so they are among themselves, right? But you sort of have a compensation by overdressing your wives. So there are a lot of like a legal statement saying that, like why. So let's say the merchant A living in Osaka purchased the lavish clothes and dressed his daughter or wife in that manner. So in a way, it's a talk of the town. People talk about it, and in a way, it's like a showing off his wealth. And sometimes you go into that violation of sumptuary laws. So it does not work. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it may have worked in the beginning of a Kamakura period, but once that early modern period starts, when the trade becomes really facilitated, merchants became like 100 times wealthier than samurais, or even wealthier than daimyos. So that as a sort of a, they are, in order to boost their pride and confidence, merchants tend to overdress their family members. So let me discard it and come out to see. Oh, Nancy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, it's kind of similar today. Is this the beginning of capitalism?
Yes, indeed, yes. Nancy?
Yeah, so, yeah, I was just thinking about that, because sometimes you hear of, like, these families who were once, very wealthy, and they kind of, just blew all their money because they were just so used to being wealthy. And then you have the nouveau riche who are, flashy and worked really hard to build up their money. I mean, I've heard stories like that.
Oh yeah, Nancy, yeah. Can you mute yourself because it's so echo? Yeah. Yeah, that is a very good point. Yes, I mean, thank you for bringing up that the word of nouveau riche. Like, I'm going to type in case people are not, like a nouveau riche, like they are new money, like you hear about it, right? New money. Yeah. So if you are like a fifth generation samurai and you are now impoverished, but you still have the right to put the coat of arms on your sleeves. Merchants, they don't have that right. You cannot buy those rights. So it's almost like a birthright, right? Like, so old monies, old families, even though they are poor now, they have those social standing versus new money. They have a lot of money, but so they can buy, just like contemporary time, you can buy all those like a Gucci logo, handbags, shoes, had everything. But your last name is not, let's say, one of those like a Windsors or Rockefellers or Carnegies. See, like, yeah. So that certainly existed in Japan, especially in Edo period.